This is Alex. Alex is a rock star. He's been at the same tech firm for 5 years. He knows where all the digital bodies are buried. He's the only one who understands the legacy code, and he hasn't missed a deadline since 2021. Alex is loyal, and because of that loyalty, Alex is currently being robbed. He doesn't know it yet, but he's paying a hidden fee. It isn't on his pay stub, and his HR manager will never mention it in his annual review. It's called the loyalty tax. And for Alex, it's costing him about $22,000 this year alone. By the end of this video, you'll see why Alex's boss is desperately hoping he never watches this. Because the moment he understands the budget silo glitch, the entire illusion of the corporate family falls apart. Welcome to the math of why staying is the most expensive mistake you can make. To understand why Alex is being underpaid, we have to look at the two buckets of money his company keeps. Imagine two water tanks. The first is the retention tank. This is where your annual 3% raise comes from. It's a small, leaky bucket. HR managers are told to guard this tank with their lives. If they give Alex a 6% raise, they have to explain it to a board of directors who view labor as a cost to be minimized. In this tank, Alex is a known quantity. He's safe. He's stable. He's cheap. But then there's the second tank, the recruitment tank. This tank is massive. It's connected to the high-pressure fire hose of the global market. When the company needs to hire a new senior engineer to sit in the desk next to Alex, they don't look at the retention tank. They look at what the competition is paying. If the market rate has jumped 20% while Alex was busy being loyal, the company must pay that 20% premium to get a stranger through the door. This leads to the new hire slap. Alex spends his Monday morning training a new guy who's making $110,000 while he, the expert, is still stuck at $88,000. The company isn't being mean, they're just following the plumbing. Let's look at the loyalty tax over a career. If Alex stays at his job for 30 years, getting a steady 3% raise, he'll retire with a comfortable life. But if Alex becomes a job hopper, switching companies every 3 years for a 15% market correction, the math gets terrifying. By year 30, the hopper is earning nearly double what the stayer is. The total difference in lifetime earnings? Over $1 million. $1 million. That's not just extra money, that's a house in the south of France. That's retiring 10 years earlier. That's the ability to say no to a bad boss. So why doesn't the company just pay Alex the extra $22,000 to keep him? Because they're betting on friction. Friction is the psychological weight of starting over. It's the fear of a new commute, the awkwardness of a new coffee machine, and the terror of last in, first out during layoffs. Your company knows that for most people, the pain of moving is greater than the pain of losing $20,000. They aren't paying for your skills, they're paying for your comfort. But what happens when Alex finally wakes up? What happens when he hands in his resignation? Suddenly, the plumbing changes. The manager who said there's no room in the budget for a $5,000 raise miraculously finds $25,000 in the desk drawer. This is the counteroffer. And in the world of edutainment, we call this the predator's gift. When a company gives you a counteroffer, they aren't rewarding you. They're buying time. Statistically, 80% of people who accept a counteroffer are gone within 6 months anyway. Why? Because the trust is broken. You've shown you're a flight risk. You're no longer a deadbeat they can safely underpay. You're an expensive liability. They'll pay you the market rate just long enough to find your replacement. Someone they can hire out of the recruitment tank and slowly move into the retention tank, starting the cycle all over again. The loyalty tax isn't an accident. It's a feature of a system that rewards movement over mastery. So don't be Alex, or rather be the Alex that knows his worth. You don't have to quit your job every year, but you do have to stop believing the corporate family lie. You are a service provider in a global market. And if you aren't checking the price of that service every 18 months, you're just giving your boss $1 million tip. Stop being loyal to a company that views your seniority as a discount code. If you want to see how billionaires use a different set of secret rules to avoid a much bigger tax, subscribe. Next time, we're looking at the buy, borrow, die loophole, the trick that lets the ultra-wealthy spend millions without ever earning a salary. See you in the next glitch.